So today is our honor to have the guest speaker, Ed School now is the Industrial IoT Manager in Advantech. And today's topic will about manufacturing, smart manufacturing, such as using IoT equipment to increase efficiency in the production lines, and also they use statistic quality control better by reducing cost, also increase the quality rate, as what you have learned in supply chain management and also the quality management and operations management courses. I think today's topic is very interesting because it will tell you about like OEE, the equipment management style using in the semiconductor industry, and you will start to see what are key indicators in the manufacturing process and what kind of optimization algorithm you can use for making your process more smart. And you also can think if now you can use this IoT equipment in your final projects, and how do you compare the current status quo for the factories or the water pollution you are doing, and then using IoT technology, how much cost or value generated. And today has all the details about this part. And I'm very looking forward to hearing to this. The one major reason is actually when I study in this university, my master thesis is manufacturing optimization. So I spent 2 years to optimize semiconductor industry using OEE. So when I see these slides, remind me the very top 2 years research life in MT. So this is what I have done 20 years ago. Okay, let's give a big applause to Ed School.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. I'm Alex. So thanks for Professor Yang's introduction about me. So I just joined Advantech since 2015, and as maybe you know that Advantech actually is an industrial PC company. Okay, so you can see from my experience. Okay, from my experience that I have the experience about the product in embedded systems and the software, and now my new project for this year is a cloud-based solution. So all of them are IoT products. Okay, so that's why I'm here today to share. So when I first was assigned for this sharing, when I saw the topic, it's about Industry 4.0. So I'm thinking, should I take like 4 hours to talk about this topic? Okay, because it actually is a very hot topic, and there's a lot of perspectives that you can search from the internet. You can find a lot of articles from those global companies like McKinsey or brands, or those consulting company, or even like Google, Facebook, those IoT company, or those internet company. Everyone talk about Industry 4.0. So Industry 4.0, this term actually is originally from Germany, but the concept is not only for Germany. Okay, so it's about talking about how can we use the new technology to upgrade our industry, to upgrade like the manufacturing. So Germany talks about Industry 4.0, and United States talk about Made in USA, and in China they talk about 中国制造2025. So how about Taiwan? Yeah, actually our government also has some policy about that to improve like 智能制造, smart manufacturing in Taiwan. So that you can see a lot of governments from different countries, they all push out this transition. So why from government? Just imagine if the situation is more like one company stands up and tells that we must do something with the IoT. Well, maybe it's a news for like a couple of days. But when government, and not only one government, talk about we must do that, okay, with this concept, that means it's very important, and it also talk about your competitivity in the future, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years. So first, about the Industry 4.0 industry. So I don't know, I'm not sure how will you consider this term industry. Maybe first thing you come out from your thought will be factory, right? Manufacturing. But actually, Industry 4.0 doesn't apply for, not just apply for factory, but it's also apply for like smart city, healthcare. Okay, those are different kind of industry. But today, I want to focus on manufacturing because I show the data here that if we consider about the economic impact, so the smart factories, okay, will contribute more economic impact, okay, in this topic. So if I want to give an example about Industry 4.0, then I will pick up manufacturing. And at Advantech, as I introduced, we were a PC company before, and now we are an IoT company. But we design, we produce a lot of IoT products. So we are also manufacturer. So I want to share our company's experience in how we adopt Industry 4.0 in our manufacturing site. Okay, so I think this will be an interesting thing to share with you. So there are a lot of ways to talk about what's the trend of Industry 4.0 in manufacturing. And I want to use this slide to give you a brief concept. So in the factory, or when we back to like 150 years ago, the first industrial revolution is about using the steam machine. You use steam machine to replace labor. And back to like 80 years ago, now they are using automated machine to replace labors. It's about 30 years ago, they started to use computer, okay, to control those production machines. Okay, but actually, it's only at the first stage, first step. If you have a chance, or if your family is running a factory, maybe you have a chance to look inside. Right now in Taiwan, there are still a lot of factories. They are staying at the first stage. So you can see lots of machines, and they're all running automatically. Okay, but what they are lack of? They are lack of management. Right now, even the machine can run automatically. They are still managed by people, manually. Okay, so if we want to manage, okay, think about a factory. Why we invest a lot in buying new machines? Because that help us to earn money. Then, how can we manage them efficiently? That will be a key issue. That's highly related to your profit and your cost. All right. So when we talk about advanced management, about machines in the factory, the second stage here is about visibility and connectivity. You go to the factory, like some small or medium business size factories. They have about like 50 to 100 machines, many different types of machines. So there are a lot. So for those, for a lot of machines, then how can you manage that? Do you really know how they perform right now? Can you really know how they perform in 1 minute? In 1 minute to know the situation about the 100 machines. So it's very difficult. So the efficiency of the machine actually exists, but the problem is you don't know. If you want to know, nowadays you have to go around the factory to look around. Maybe it will take you like a half day, okay, to review every machine. So first thing we want to do is connect all the machines. Connect doesn't mean you just talking Ethernet cable. That's not connectivity. The connectivity is, I want to know its efficiency, but I want to collect them in a smart way. I want to collect all the information maybe in few seconds. Then I can get all the information actually existing in other factories. So that's connectivity. Secondly, visibility. So think about if there are 100 machines and I am able to collect their efficiency within 1 minute, what's the next step you are going to do?
Dashboard.
Yeah, dashboard. I know you have tried the dashboard hands-on. Yeah, exactly. So without dashboard or search visualizations, it's really hard for users, okay, to utilize the system, okay, to manage the machines. So we don't talk about a computer expert to run a factory, but the manufacturer to run a factory. So you must let even just a normal public users is able to get the information they want, and this information can actually help them to make some decision in a short time. So if we achieve that, okay, like for example in Advantech, we took about 10 years to achieve to the second stage. Okay, so of course AI is a very hard topic right now, but I think AI will be implemented to industry gradually, step by step, from different aspects. But they will not overthrow all the foundation we have made right now. Okay, just to give you an idea about that. So if we look to the near future, okay, maybe in the next 3 to 5 years. So now right now we have already connect all the machines, and we are able to review their efficiency by dashboard. Next one about transparency. Machine efficiency. Okay, is it helpful? How can I use that? I'm able to know this machine is broken, this machine is running, and the efficiency. What's the next? Maybe you want to connect to your business system. Okay. Factory will receive an order and then follow the order to produce the product. If your machine if your production line has any problem with your machine, that means it will cause you some delay of your delivery, right? So if we are able to share machine efficiency, the production efficiency, this kind of information with our business system, like the ERP, the enterprise system, then we are able to know, can I deliver, the salespeople is able to know, can I deliver this order, okay, in our assigned time. So that's about transparency. And I believe that you may have a sense about the importance of delivery. Amazon takes a lot of effort to shorten delivery. And this short delivery actually brings a huge growth to Amazon. It's not just about the management, but it's also about a new type of business. In the past, you have to take half days to the supermarket and come back. Now you only take 30 minutes. Even you are buying the same product, but actually I believe it stands for different types of business. Okay, so the transparency talk about the different types of information can be mixed, can be shared together. Into the next, the last two stage, we talk about the AI. So if you have already got a lot of existing information, then you may find out what's the rule. You may build a model to predict that, and then do the optimization. So that will. So I think this picture shows up some direction that how our technology will bring the benefit to us. But first, look at the current situation in manufacturing. Okay. In last year, I studied to take this task about manufacturing. So I visited some of our customers in Taiwan and in United States. I visited about 10 to 20 factories. Actually, I think about 80% of them, they are still lack of smart management. They are still managing their factory by take a walk into the factory and look at is there any problem happening. Okay, but the market is changing much faster than manufacturing innovation. Think about right now, we have a rush order, we have a lot of customized order. If people want to buy a product from you, you say, I need to take like 6 months to produce that. Okay, bye-bye. I will look for the next company. Because right now I got the demand. I want to sell them immediately, then I can get the money. So the speed and time is very important to business. But the order, right now is customized. They're talking about, okay, I really like your product, but can I have another color? Can I have 3 to 5 colors? Customized order, because the market is requesting for that. So actually this brings a big challenge to manufacturing, because it's a high mix and low volume operation is needed. So what's our factory owner looking for? Right now they are looking for the lean manufacturing. But how can we do that? I believe that most of you may not have experience about how the factories run, in the daily life. So I want to use a short story to give you an idea. The first picture here shows you these operators. So he operates the machine to produce a real product. When the operators when they running the machines, they have to set out the parameters. They have to set out, how many pieces we are going to produce. When they do that, now they are asked to record every production process, manually. Still, a lot of factories, they are using paper and pen to record everything they do. Okay, but you can imagine, this must be very busy. I have to run the machine and I have to record everything. This must be very busy. So usually, they only make the production report. You ask the operator to record all the process, and then you ask maybe the operations manager to come out a report. But they will only do that after the work is done, after shift. So what's the problem? First, we ask the operator to record the process. You cannot avoid the manual mistake in recording. Secondly, after they finish the work, you ask them to come out a production report. It's still done manually, so manual mistake happens again. The third one, if the factory manager wants to take some action, for example, when they find the efficiency, or the production speed is lower than normal, maybe they will take some action. For example, they will ask, maybe we should move our order to another lines, or we must call some engineering team to take a look, something like that. But when did they do that? When the work was done, when they saw the report, when they finally found we had low performance during production. Then they could only do something in the next production, but they already lost dispatch. So this is the problem. You cannot make decision based on the current information, but you always do something. You always do something based on the history information. So this is the problem. So about the data. So there are a lot of people, even from news, you can see data-driven. Right now we are in a society or a data-driven society. So does in factories. The modern factory should be a data-driven factory. So for example, how does the factory owner to do a production plan based on data? And how do they manage people? Like how many people I should recruit, how many operators I should recruit based on data. But data also brings problems. And the problem is different, depends on different kind of roles in the factory. I'll give you an example. Operators. Okay, so just as I mentioned, operators said, I'm really too busy. I have to take care of the operation. I have to take care of the machine right now. How can I have enough time to record everything? Maybe they can take like a few minutes to write down, okay, how many pieces we produce. But do they have time to record even some little tiny change about the machine or even about the manufacturing process? It's impossible. To the production manager. The production manager say, okay, I'm able to do some decision if I find the performance is lower. But first question, I always know the performance result after the work was done. So I can't do anything. This is the first problem, okay? Second problem, if I want to adjust my production plan, do I have any quantitative information? That is the second problem. Okay. Think about if everything is recorded by your operators. If you are running a factory, everything is recorded by your operators on paper and pen. Do you really believe that data? That's a problem. If you are thinking about, should I turn off this production line and turn on another production line to fulfill, okay, my current orders, it actually costs a lot. When you are going to do such decision, business decision, then what kind of information you can rely on? That's the second problem, huge problem. To the factory manager, the factory owner or factory manager, they won't go to the production line every day, but they will call a weekly meeting. Okay, just like maybe some of you are graduate students, so you will have a weekly meeting with your professor to review your research status or progress, right? So for the factory manager, they don't just talk about production. They also talk about the cost, expense of the factories. So they have a lot of issues they are going to talk about. But those issues, it's very difficult to make decisions. So they are still looking for statistical data to that. So even we know data-driven is a direction, it's the right direction for innovation. But when we are going to realize that in real life, that there's still a lot of problems that we need to solve. This is Advantech's factory situation room. So we have two manufacturing sites. One is in Linkou, and one is at Kunshan, China. So our factory weekly meeting is always held in our situation room. So the factory manager, the production manager, they all review performance, progress, and the risk on this statistical and quantitative information. Then they are able to make the big decision in a meeting. So this is the result. Okay, this is the result that Advantech took 10 years to achieve. Okay. So next, I want to share some example. That's what we did in our factories. We are a PC company, so we are belong to electronic manufacturing. So not just about Advantech, but I choose this industry because first, it's an intensive machine-based production. If there's like a manual craft is also an industry. But when you are going to solve the efficiency issue of manual craft, that will be definitely different from electronic industries. So I want to use electronic manufacturing. So maybe from TSMC and a lot of or semiconductors. You see a lot of machines, actually most of the production is done by automatic machine. So you see a lot of machine. And machine is the most important property to this industry. So the number of machines, its performance, its utilization, its stability, they are all highly related to cost, to your profit. So when we approach to the customer or Advantech itself, the statistical efficient KPI is required. But when we want to manage our machine in our factory, we are facing several issues. Okay, there are some technical issues, but simply to say is, I can also ask the machine vendor, say, can you give me a solution to tell me and help me to summarize the efficiency of its machines? They say, yes, we have several upgrade key to you. But that costs a lot, because the machine maker makes money from that. Secondly, in your factory, think about if you have 100 machines, you will buy the machine from different types of vendors. Your machine consists of different types of machines. So actually you are working with different machine vendors. But no one will be responsible to your integration. So you maybe have 3 types of machine from 3 kinds of machine vendors. You ask them, can you help me to summarize the efficiency of all of my machine? Nobody is willing to do that. They only care about their source machine. But that's not what the customer needs. But secondly, in the past, when we are going to search integration, we have to suspend the production line maybe for a few months. Take example, Tesla. Tesla now, they are facing a serious delivery problem. It's highly impact their business. So, but you see, I believe Elon Musk definitely know it's very, very serious, maybe since 2 years ago. But why they still solve the problem, I think maybe from last week. Because when you are going to maybe implement, you are going to adopt some system to help you in this automatic production. Actually, it will also cause you to suspend your production. So it's a trade-off. It's a trade-off by the current technology. Last thing is, even I'm willing to invest a lot to upgrade my production line. Do I really get the helpful information to the operators? This is something you are going to help them, not just for the production manager. Operator is the guy who works with the machine most of the time. Do you really provide useful information to them and let them take the responsibility to your production performance? Okay. So this is our solutions in Advantech factories. That we have different types of production lines. So we use IoT products. We use some IoT technology to collect the efficiency of different types of production line. So Professor Yang also introduced about the OEE. So what stands for OEE? OEE stands for overall equipment efficiency. And it consists of 3 main factors: availability, performance, and quality. So I don't go through the detail, but just to let you know why the factory owner or even Professor Yang want to do the research about OEE. Because you need something is statistics to evaluate, the ROI or even the performance of my property. So if I want to get this information, in a smart way, so I must connect, in the IoT era, using IoT technology, I'm going to connect all the machines in our factory, and then we automatically transfer their performance to statistic indicators, index, like OEE. So this is what we are going to do. So this is what we did. So I draw just a cartoon here, just to show you that we install like a palm size, this size of IoT module attached on every machine. And this IoT module will collect the status and the efficiency of the machine every second automatically. So if when they are 100 machines, then we can able to know their efficiency within a second by the dashboard. So this is the result we did, and this is the screen that our operator or the production managers review every day. Okay. So I took a picture over there. So there's a palm size IoT product modules attached on the machines. So it's just a small modules, but it's a very important role in our systems to collect and upload the machine data to the central system, and then the central system will come out this efficiency dashboard. So here is a management dashboard to our production manager. So I think working in Advantech factory is pretty relaxed because you don't have to take a walk in your campus, but you just look at your computer. So from this dashboard, I don't go to the detail, but I help you to summarize what you want to see, what kind of information you want to see. First, about the machine performance or machine status, we look at here. We want to know 50 machines and how many of them are broken, how many of them are running, or how many of them are waiting for orders. So we want to know the status. And then we want to know availability. We want to know the production line balance, because those two, you can consider it as the KPI of the machine. So they are the key index we want to review. And also about the error. If error happens, we want to know how many times, how long of the line. And the other information is about the production KPI. It's about the cost, the expense, or how many products we produce every day, how many orders we achieve every day, how long we take to achieve that. So this is the management dashboard that you can see. So I believe there's a lot of, it's already a lot of information, important information to managers. So they can just sit down and look at their computers and say, okay, I think I need to call someone right now because this number is too low or too high. This is what something the factory is something happened in the factory. So the factory is not longer a dirty, noisy, and nothing fancy. It's no more like a place like that. But right now, to make more money, to make more profit, the modern factory is actually driven by data, by this real-time information. Okay, just an example of that. So we talk about we use some IoT product, we use IoT system to manage a machine, right? But in a factory, the most important thing is not machine. It's still about people. I give you an example. When there's a 100-piece urgent order coming in the past, you didn't have any information to tell you that the current efficiency of your machine. So you decided to dispatch your order 50-50, to 2 lines. The result was delayed, unfortunately. Why? Because the line 1 is actually in low balance. When you implement the IoT system, you're able to know line 1 is actually in a low performance. What's the next action you will take? So you say, okay, line 2, I think you are more helpful. Okay, you're more comfortable to take more orders. So I dispatch 70 to you. So the result is on time. So even we say we took a lot of effort to connect the machine, but still the result the result is we want to help operator, we want to help manager to make right decisions, because those decisions help we to keep the profit, help we to gain more benefit. So the system is still serving people. We don't talk about no people in factories. Okay, this is the result. Maybe you have seen this in the previous lectures. This is the result for Advantech Kunshan factory. So after we implement such an IoT system to that, it's the result we achieve. Pretty helpful. Okay, this is the next question. How to success IoT in other industries? This is also the question to me. Okay, Advantech is an electronic manufacturer, so we know how it looks like. But we are going to, if we want to promote or duplicate this success to other industries, then how can we do that? We are not a user anymore, so how can I do that? So for the Advantech, we know our position. So from our corporate directions, in the first phase and second phase, we are still focusing on our own capability. So we are aiming to provide the better or more powerful products. But to the third phase, we are not serving to individual industry. We want to accelerate the IoT success in different kinds of industries. So we talk about co-creations. So this is the strategy. I will give you a real sample. So because I'm a product manager, so first of all, I will look at the product planning. So for Advantech, we have hardware, we have a cloud. Okay, we have we call solution ready packaging. These products are all owned by Advantech. But when we want to approach customer in factory, in equipment, in environment, or in different kinds of industry, we have no knowledge about those industries. So we must do co-creation. But what the real example? Can you give me an example about what the co-creation happens? So here's a real example I'm running from last year. Okay, before we sell the computer to a machine builder, and the machine builder sells the machine to the factories. Sounds okay, right? Sounds pretty makes sense. Yeah, but the problem is they are facing not only Advantech but also the machine builder. We all are facing challenges from market. There are more competitors joining this market. If we are still providing a single value, like you need PC, so I give you PC, it's a single value. If I'm still providing a single value, then I will lose my competence in the near future, because there are a lot of competitors joining later. So now, at Advantech, we co-create with machine builders. So the machine builders, they stands for a specific industry. And we are the IoT company, so we work with them. We provide them IoT product. We work with them to implement IoT system with their machines. So now we are providing value-added service. Like in the past, machine builder only sell the machine to them. But now they can also ask the customer, say, since you have already bought a machine from me, do you want to know their efficiency? Do you want to monitor them remotely? Do you want to do some prognostic or health management of your machine? Yes, this is something the end users are looking for, because this is the problem they are facing in their factories. So when we talk, so my second topic is about machine to intelligence. So for the machine to intelligence, we are dealing with a lot of different types of machine. But no matter which type of machine, it's not our expertise. So we always work with machine builders. So right now I'm in charge of the project. I'm working with the CNC machine builders. So CNC stands for computer numerical control. Just imagine you use a machine to cutting the metal, like iPhone. The iPhone case is cutting by this kind of CNC machine. So we use the IoT gateway and also our cloud to connect different types of CNC machine to manage them. and then we use the dashboard to know their status and their efficiency. So this is the resource, this is the value-added service that Advantech and this we co-create a machine builder, we are going to provide to our customers. This result cannot be achieved by single company. It cannot be achieved by Advantech only. It cannot be achieved by machine builder only. But now we two companies co-create a product. We work together, then we can provide the better service based on IoT technology to our customers. So this is my sharing today. Thank you.